Hello and welcome back to the Princess K podcast show. Your host, Princess Kingsman. How are you all doing today? Happy new month of June. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful month so far. Okay? So, on this segment, I'm going to talk about stages of darkness. Okay? So, there's 10 stages of darkness. Okay? 10. And before I go into it, what I'm about to talk about is something that I have been through. Okay, it's something that I had to go through. Okay, to get here. Um, in order for me to have a lot of knowledge on this, is because I went through it. Okay, and it is not easy to talk about because it's kind of complex, okay, and hard to understand. But those that have those that have been through similar or going through it will understand. And this is just to shed a light that whatever darkness you're going through, you're gonna prevail from it. Okay, you're gonna overcome it. We have to go through darkness. Darkness is not evil. Okay, you have to go through it in order to develop yourself. Okay, all right. So there's 10 stages of darkness. Okay, so the number one, two, and three stages is people get stuck at the number one, two, and three. Okay, which is the third stage. People get stuck on it. Okay, they become cold, they become dark, cruel, evil. Okay, because they are not able to process their emotions. They don't know what they're supposed to do when they're in the dark. Okay, you can get lost in the dark. It is very easy to get lost in the dark, especially if you don't have guidance, if you don't know what you're doing, like I said. Okay, you can get you get to these stages when you're going through trials and tribulations. Okay, everybody has trials and tribulations. We all go through it. Okay, even the rich, the poor, the middle class, everybody goes through trials and tribulations. It doesn't matter, you know, um, your culture. Everyone goes through it. Everyone. Okay. Um, so you heal in the dark. Okay, that is where you heal. You don't heal in the light. You heal in the dark. Okay. You discover yourself in the dark. Okay. You discover who you are. You get to know who you really are. Okay. Because I remember like source, the way to know source, okay? When you know thyself, you know source, okay? Knowing yourself is the best way to know source, okay? And the fourth and the fifth and the sixth stages, okay? You go deep into yourself, okay? Because we are all connected to the ocean, okay? Our emotions are like oceans, okay? And you have to go deep into the ocean. Some people cannot handle the depth of it because it is painful. It will bring out a lot of things, too many things, okay? So you have to go deep into your inner world. Okay, this is what we're talking about, getting to know yourself. Your childhood trauma is going to come up, your pain, unhealed wounds, your emotional pain, your insecurities, things you hate about yourself. Okay. And being in solitude is where you are able to do these things. You can't do these things when you're around people. No. You have to be in solitude. You have to be able to be on your own. You have to be able to enjoy your own company. So when you're in solitude and you go deep into yourself, that is how you know yourself. And when you cry, it's a result of releasing. You have to release it, okay? Because that's how you let it go, okay? And our bodies, how do I put this? Our body retain trauma. It holds onto trauma, Okay, so that's why sometimes working out helps, yoga helps, but the most effective thing to do is to go into your inner world, and you can only do that through either meditation. You can meditate in different ways. You don't have to lie down and stay still. You can just be sitting and meditate, or just be in silence. Like I said, solitude and silence, they go hand in hand. So you focus on your inner world, you clear out your thoughts, your mind. Okay, so the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th stage, okay, is that you when you're doing that, you're detoxing emotionally. Okay, you're detoxing yourself emotionally. Okay, you detach yourself from negative people, negative patterns, negative situations, negative mindsets, negative perceptions, and negative way of thinking. Okay, you disconnect yourself from the people that use you and take advantage of you. Okay, so how do I say this? Yeah. um so self distortion. So we all have some of us have a distorted way of thinking, and I remember that I used to have a distorted way of thinking. So a distorted way of thinking is when your thinking is not balanced. It's not the right way. I don't know how to say it, but you can research the meaning of distorted way of thinking. So it's like you're not thinking straight or in the right way that you're supposed to think. Okay. um and toxic patterns. Okay, you separate yourself from toxic relationships, toxic situations, and then you start to spiritually awake. Okay, and that is fucking painful. I have to tell you, it's painful. It is painful, but it gets better every day. Okay, you have to be patient with yourself as well. Don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, you have to be patient, and you have to be consistent. Consistency helps a lot. It's not easy, but it helps. Okay, spiritual awakening starts in the dark, it doesn't start in the light. Like I said, healing starts in the dark. Okay, you start to remember who you are, because when we all come to earth, the rule of coming to earth is that you forget who you are, you forget everything, and then you start to heal and remember. So that is the one rule of coming to this universe. You forget who you are. Okay, remembering who you are, there's pain attached to it as well, because you have to let go of a lot of pain, because a lot of pain will be blocking you from knowing who you are. A lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of wounds that we have taken over the years from people, situations, things, parents, you know. So you start to remember who you are, then you start to know and remember your abilities, your spiritual abilities, because everybody has spiritual abilities. Everybody. Okay, we are just not all willing to do the work to tap into it. And some people are not patient enough to want to tap into it. Some of us, we go to, we make deals with evil entities to have a certain amount of power or certain amount of this and that in order to be able to hurt people. We don't want to go through our own spiritual journey. Okay, while some people are patient enough to actually want to walk the path and discover their spiritual gifts, because everybody has it. Even evil people have spiritual gifts. Okay, but the difference with evil people is that they don't want to do the work, so they would rather go and make deals with evil entities. Notice I'm not saying devil or demons. They make deals with evil spirits and evil entities in order to be able to get that abilities that they already have without working hard for it, without healing. The reason why we heal is that so that we can use our abilities for good, to help people, not to destroy people. But there are people who are they just want to be evil because they want to be. okay, because they have entity attachments, like I said. They don't want to do the work, okay, so they would rather use it for evil, okay. So then you start to become aware of everything, yourself, your patterns, because we all have patterns, your thought patterns, your attitudes, and how you treat yourself and others. Self-love starts, okay, confidence, peace, inner peace, okay. Then you start to ground yourself. Then you start to become one with all and with the universe. Then you walk into the light. So you have to do a lot of work in the dark before you are able to go into the light. It's not just like, you know, no. You have to do a lot of work in the dark, yeah, before you walk into the light. It's not easy. It's not meant for everybody. That's why I said, like, spiritual awakening is not, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak mind, okay. Then you walk into the light. Then once you've done that work and you walk into the light, you also have some work to do in the light as well. Once the work that you have to do in the light is not as much as the work you have to do in the dark, okay. Then once you've done the work in the light, then you begin to walk in the middle, okay. So that is where duality comes in, balance comes in, and then you start to work in between the light and the dark, which means that you can tap into the light and the dark. But you do it because you've healed. You are able to use it for good and not for evil, okay, and not to misuse it, because when you start to misuse your spiritual gifts, it can get taken away from you. It can get taken away from you. Even evil people that use their spiritual gifts for evil, it can be stripped away from you. It can be taken. Those who know, it can be taken away from you. Before it gets taken away from you, you are warned first. But if you don't listen to that warning, like I said, it can get taken away from you, okay. Then you pay. So then after that, you pay your karmic debts, and then you connect to your spirit team. You do all of that in the dark, okay. You pay your karmic debts, meaning, like, sometimes we have ancestors that pass on without them paying their karmic debts. Sometimes we have to heal our ancestral line. So that's why I said, when you're healing, it's not just about you, it's about your ancestors, it's about your bloodline, okay. You heal your ancestral line, you heal any curses that's in your ancestral line, which means that you have to find out the kind of bloodline you come from, okay. You have to find out about your ancestors, your family, the past. All of that is important, okay. Then you connect with the universe, Mother Gaia, Source. Then you become stronger. Your connection becomes stronger with them, okay. Then you go through a death and a rebirth. You do all of that in the dark. You go through death and rebirth. Like, for example, me, I have been through I have been through multiple deaths and rebirth, and it is fucking painful. I am not going to sit here and tell you it's a cakewalk. It is not. It is not. It is fucking hard, okay. I have been through multiple deaths and rebirth. I have been through multiple spiritual awakenings, and I am on my last one right now. I have been through multiple. I can't count. Lastly, you will get attacked more when you are in this stage, okay. You will get attacked more due to you following your path, and your light will get stronger and brighter, okay. And that's why I tell people, like, once your light gets brighter and brighter, there is a whole lot more there's a whole lot more darkness. So, for example, with me, and people see that, oh my god, I'm shining so bright, I'm glowing. Somebody that shines so bright like that, I have a lot of darkness, more darkness than light, okay. That's the way it works. You can't have one without the other, yeah. So then you start to see a lot in the dark. Don't be scared, because when you're in the dark, you're going to see a lot. You're going to see a lot of creatures. You're going to see a lot of deities. You're going to see a lot of spirits. You're going to see a lot. Don't be afraid, because they cannot harm you, because you are protected. As long as you are following that path and you are not taking vengeance and you're not doing anything, you are protected. Okay? You can't be touched as long as your intentions is pure. You're going to see and hear a lot of things, but you will be fine. Okay? That's what I mean, like when you're tapping into your gifts. Okay? Don't forget to take it easy on yourself, and don't be too critical of yourself. We are very critical of ourselves. Even me, sometimes I get critical of myself. And then I have to remember, like, don't be too critical of yourself. Okay? I have to remember, like, don't be too critical. Okay? Ask for help from your spirit team, because that's what they are there for. Ask them for help. They will always be there to help you. And if people hurt you, trust the divine to help you trust the divine to help you take revenge on your behalf. It is going to get worse before it gets better. Okay? It is going to get worse before it gets better. So as long as you don't take matters into your own hands and you don't seek revenge, you'll be fine. You will be okay. Take it from me, you will be fine. You will get a lot of attacks. People will project their shit onto you. They will project their negative attitude, their negative emotions. They will project it onto you, because you are holding up a mirror. When you're healing, you're holding up a mirror to people on what they should be doing. Okay? You're holding up that mirror. And like I said, because they don't want to do that work, because like I said, it's not easy, it's not for everybody, they will project their own negativity onto you. But then you have to remember to send it back, because it is not for you. So this is about, this also comes from awareness. You get awareness, then you are able to know, you focus on your body, you come into your body, you are able to know when somebody is projecting onto you, so you can send it back. Okay? So going through the dark is not easy. I spent my whole life in the dark. My whole life. So I know what I'm talking about. Okay? I spent my whole life in the dark. And it was the hardest thing I ever had to do. Remember when I told you earlier on in one of my videos that healing was the hardest shit I ever had to do in my life? Healing. I am in the final stages of it right now, and I am still healing, but I have healed at least 70% of my pain. Okay? So that's 10 stages of darkness, and I want you to try it out for yourself. Okay? It's like I said, it's not easy, but you'll be fine because you have your spirit team there. Okay? Right. Another thing I want to mention before I close this down. I am sensing I have been sensing recently that there are people from the past who want to come back and reconnect with me. Stay where you are. And this is not just my ex. All my exes and some of my ex-friends, stay where you are. I have forgiven you. I hold no resentment. I hold no unforgiveness towards you. I have moved on. That is why you are ex. It is my past and it stays there. Don't think that you can still come and manipulate me and pull a wool over my eye. Like I said in my previous video, I can see you coming. Stay where you are. I don't want you in my life. I don't need you in my life. I am good. Live your life, enjoy yourself. I will be happy for you, whether you succeed or not, whatever, that's your business. But don't come back into my life and thinking you can, because these people, they are delusional as to think that they can come back and pull a wool over my eye. You can't deceive me, you can't manipulate me. I can see through that shit. By now you should know. So stay in the past. Mind your fucking business. and stay where you are. Are we clear? Good. It does not apply to everybody. They know themselves because they are, like I said, they are always watching my content. Stay where you are. Thank you so much for listening, and I will be back shortly. I'm going to do questions and answers part 3, okay? I have 4 or 5 questions to reply to, okay? Have a lovely day. I love you always, and goodbye. Mwah.